Ich höre mich, sehr gut. Und jetzt höre ich mich nicht mehr. Das Echo ist weg. Sehr schön. Hallo Ayla, vielen Dank. Ja, ich hatte einen guten Start ins neue Jahr. Noch ein fröhliches, neues. Akemashite omedetou gozaimasu. Kotoshi mo yoroshiku onegai shimasu. Hallo Sabishi, fröhliches Neues. Also, Akemashite omedetou heißt, glaube ich, sowas wie öffnen, Glückwunsch. Und Kotoshi mo yoroshiku onegai shimasu heißt sowas wie dieses Jahr auch bitte. Also es ist der japanische, die übliche japanische, der übliche japanische Neujahrsgruß, wo man sagt, die Eröffnung des Jahres, herzlichen Glückwunsch zur Eröffnung des Jahres und dieses Jahr soll auch alles super laufen. Also vielleicht sagen wir dieses Jahr soll alles super laufen, nicht wieder super laufen, weil es lief ja ein bisschen was schief im letzten Jahr. Hoffen wir mal, dass dieses Jahr ein bisschen besser wird. So, und wie immer ist es so, dass wenn der Stream losgeht, ist es immer ein Zeichen dafür, dass ihr noch Zeit habt, vielleicht kurz auf die Toilette zu gehen, euch einen Tee zu holen oder einen Kaffee oder ein Wasser oder was auch immer. Es dauert ja immer 3 bis 4 Minuten, bis ich dann tatsächlich starte. Dann wird erstmal noch 2 Minuten gequatscht, bevor ich überhaupt anfange. Und ich erspare euch das jetzt und würde mal sagen, wir springen direkt rein.
Midnight each day.
On Valentine's night.
Time as you know it freezes.
20 minutes past 10.
Keep up, Doctor.
Thinks we're going to smother her in her sleep.
I'm a grave digger, Doctor.
I was at home.
David is my husband.
All on my lonesome.
Stabbed him with a steak knife.
Nothing changes.
I'm a qualified angel of death.
When I'm dancing,
You get this day over and over.
Hilda.
I black out.
I don't think she's got long.
And Laurie just,
Naked on the beach.
Hannah.
Is that it for today?
David hunts,
I can change my skin.
then skins.
Dr. Dekker dated his patients.
I had a hot date
We went out for drinks.
I took photos of Jessica.
Dr. Dekker did
on
phone
Valentine's Day.
and ask me for Nathan's number.
There was a girl there.
Am I wrong to keep the locket?
I'm allowed to talk to her, aren't
He
I?
was preoccupied with finding
Photographs.
patterns.
Rocking chair.
I haven't been back to the beach since
I had a bit of a shaky loop incident.
where I find something
I set fire
beautiful in the sea.
to Hannah's clothes in the garden.
I dug the grave.
I wish I'd said goodbye.
Dr. Dekker cursed me.
It didn't weigh enough to have a body in it. There's someone else in my hour.
I brought David back to life.
I removed the chains, dressed her.
It was Iris.
We could try shifting now.
Would you like to see David, Doctor?
Sorry.
We both read The Cult of the Kinetic Mind, and that broke. It's no coincidence that most psychokinetic patients are
Grateful if you could see your way to declaring me
insane, or at least
temporarily insane.
There was no flame. And then there was.
I'll kiss a guy,
I pretended like the hypnosis had worked.
and then he just follows me
Can we maybe not talk about Hannah anymore?
wherever I go.
You may just still pull out in front of the driver.
So, die Zusammenfassungen sind ja echt super. Ach, Mariana fühlt sich hier echt wohl, hm? So ist auch schon. Chillt hier rum. So, wir haben zwei neue Sachen. Das eine ist ein Loan Agreement. Was ist denn das? Okay, also hier geht es darum, dass der Dr. Dekker scheinbar der Mariana Geld geliehen hat. 15,000 pounds und die Arrangement Fee ist 1 pound. Was Interest Amount ist, keine Ahnung, aber es geht 3 Jahre lang. It is agreed that the loan shall attract no interest and in lieu, ich kenne das Wort gar nicht, weiß jemand von euch, was das heißt? Of accruing interest, the lender has agreed to the payment of the arrangement fee which is due before transfer of the loan amount. Genau, also auf jeden Fall, the lender also agrees to consider the loan repaid in full should they die or become subject to any power of attorney agreement as long as this event occurs within the term of the agreement. Also, Mariana muss wohl zurückzahlen. Die hat eine komische Unterschrift, muss ich sagen. Okay, dann haben wir noch den Toxicology Report. Regional Laboratory Services Toxicology Analysis. Und da ist ein komischer Fleck drauf. Also es wurde Ethanol gefunden im Blut und Drugs. Benzodiazepines, Temazepam. Temazepam? Temazepam? Das ist doch diese Droge, die irgendjemand von einem Patienten auch bekommt, oder? Also wir haben Nathan, wir haben Mariana, wir haben Elin, Claire, Bryce, Jaya, Scarlett. Die ist neu, oder? Die kennen wir noch nicht. Ah, okay, dankeschön, Ayla. Das war das Thema Sepan ist Hypnotikum. Macht müde und entspannt, okay. Und nochmal ein neuer Glynn. Der sieht ja interessiert aus. Aber ich hätte gesagt, fangen wir mal mit der Mariana an. Mal gucken, ob wir sie auf die Loan ansprechen können nochmal.
What's temazepam? Why are you asking?
Temazepam. Okay.
I feel thirsty, doctor. And hot. Do you have any water?
Ach, shit. Bin aus Versehen auf die andere Taste gekommen. Jetzt habe ich einen Tipp bekommen.
I've been drinking a lot of water recently. I didn't go to the beach. I didn't go to the sea. I said I would, but I didn't. I've been feeling this way for a while. It's like it's getting worse because I didn't go to the sea. It's like I'm having... I don't feel well. I feel sick most of the time, dizzy, thirsty. I got a head fog like you wouldn't believe. My doctor, Dr. Rose, sent me for blood tests. Dr. Rose thinks maybe I have a vitamin deficiency. I can tell she has no idea. She smiles, but she hasn't got any answers. I think I probably need to go back to the beach. sea, Doctor. It's calling me.
Diabetes?
This sounds crazy, but I can hear the sea. It's like an alarm going off in my head. Do you know where the sea is? From here? It's over there. Wherever I am, I know exactly where the sea is. It's like a compass. I have this recurring dream. I'm at the beach. I strip and walk into the sea. The sea feels warm and comforting. Not cold and harsh like you'd think. I swim down to the bottom of the ocean. I can breathe freely. I can breathe water.
Ich sag doch, das ist Ariel.
On the ocean floor ahead of me, there's a beautiful creature. A
Wie heißen die zwei
glowing
nochmal?
with wispy limbs. It's so warm. I'm transfixed. But my feet shift. I'm unsteady. Below me, the floor is woven in human flesh. Dead bodies, but some of them still struggling for life. These are the ones touching me, gripping my feet. I scream. That's when I wake up. Do you have that dream, Doctor?
Not that I know of.
It's horrific and beautiful at the same time.
Diese Krabbe und dieser Fisch von Ariel. Wie heißen die denn nochmal? Ach, Sebastian und... Welcher Alarm?
I hear a sound like singing, calling me. It gets stronger when I face it, when I move towards it. That's how I know where the sea is. But when I don't go to the sea, I feel like the sound gets louder all the time. I'm having trouble sleeping. Perhaps I need sleeping tablets after all. It's a dream, Doctor. Stranger things happen in dreams.
魚の名前知ってますか? Ariel? Nee, Ayana weiß auch nicht. Ach, Fabius. Fabius und Sebastian. Heißen. Weil ich glaube, das ist Ariel, die Mariana.
Dr. Dekker prescribed me some temazepam once, but I never used them. I probably still have them if you want them back.
Ja, hat sie Glaswasser bekommen.
Dr. Dekker kept a bottle of whiskey, or maybe gin, I'm not sure. It was in his desk at all times, and when things got a little intense, he'd pour himself a glass. It's obviously an effect I have on people.
Obviously.
You reminded me the sleeping pills were called Mazepam. I'm not trying to hide anything, Doctor. He lent me some money to start my business. It was a proper agreement. I remember signing things. He thought that a distraction would do me good. I don't think he expected me to trawl the beach for treasure and sell it online. Dr. Dekker thought I had too much time on my hands, so a distraction would do me good. He lent me 15,000, all in all. I'll look for them when I get home. I may have given some away at a nightclub. You can get a buzz, if you know what you're doing. Do you forget anything from our sessions, Doctor? People follow me to the beach. I don't know who they are, and I don't know what happens to them. I don't always get followed, though, so it doesn't explain my blackouts. I said I don't know what happens to them. It's not always to the beach. Sometimes
Da
they
geht's dir
follow me
ähnlich wie
home.
mir. Ich weiß auch nicht, was mit meinen Followers passiert.
My home is in Chantry. You know that. You rang my doorbell last night.
So, mal gucken, ob wir hier noch eine Frage formulieren können. So, ich habe keine Ahnung, wie man das auf Englisch schreibt, aber Diabetes.
That doesn't mean anything to me.
Wie wäre es mit Addict?
Ask me something else.
Irgendwelche anderen Keywords, die euch noch einfallen?
Nope.
She's nicht addicted. Ich kann nochmal auf die...
Do you forget anything from our sessions, Doctor?
Okay. Das hatten wir schon.
I'm sure you've asked me this before. I sell necklaces made from things I found on the beach. Don't know. No.
Okay, dann halt nicht. Will mir keins verkaufen. Okay, wenn euch nichts mehr einfällt, dann Mariana und sonst, wer hat sonst noch was zu tun?
I don't know. Why are you asking me that?
Why do you think I rang the bell?
That's not something I know anything about.
Mal gucken.
I know nothing.
Sie hat keine Eltern. Weiß sie nicht, dass der Meereskönig da... Wie heißt denn der nochmal? Tritan.
Don't know. I don't know.
Oh, das ist eine Frage für Ayla. Wie heißen diese Wesen, die im Meer leben und die Fischer unter Wasser ziehen? Die verführen. Wie heißen die nochmal? Die Wesen. Sirenen, genau. Wusste ich doch, dass du das weißt. Siren.
I have this recurring dream.
Ha.
I'm at the beach. I strip.
Sehr gut. Are you a siren? Muss ja mit allem
I
rechnen.
have this recurring dream.
Okay, also ganz so weit weg sind wir wohl gar nicht. Do you see your followers?
I said I don't know what happens to them.
Mhm.
It's not always to the beach. Sometimes they follow me home.
Okay. Do you dream about your followers?
I have this.
Ist wahrscheinlich wegen Dream kam er da drauf. Hat wahrscheinlich nichts mit meiner Frage zu tun.
That's not something I know anything about. I know nothing.
So, sie stellt sich also dumm.
Ask me something else.
Okay, Lure ist auch nicht. Aber Siren ist auf jeden Fall mal interessant. Mal schauen, ob sie
That
da...
doesn't mean anything to me.
Weil sie hat ja gesagt, sie kann frei atmen in ihrem Traum. Gut, vielleicht fällt mir nachher noch was ein. Wer passt gut zur Mariana? Nicht die Claire, nicht... Sprechen wir mal mit JR. Die immer irgendwas am Putzen ist hier. Das finde ich cool.
I don't want to talk about grief today. I'm getting enough grief from work. I don't know if you know, but Professor Alderby used to be my professor. He teaches history and psychology, amongst other things. I know it's not technically work, but he asked if I would allow him to have the video footage of his sessions with Dr. Dekker. Dr. Dekker wanted to be removed from all of the videos, so it's jump cut up to jump cut, but I'm sure you've already noticed that. I didn't think you'd mind, since it wasn't your case anyway. Mostly it's the professor talking about how he viewed reality back then, in so much as he thought it was changeable. There's nothing else to do but watch while things are encoding. Psychokinetics, remember? Cult of the Kinetic Mind? Professor Alderby said it was recommended reading to help psychiatrists in their frontline battle with insanity, he likes to call it. Professor Alderby saw the relationship between psychiatrist and patient as a winnable battle. The patient must be cured by removing their psychokinetic ability, if present, either by telling them it doesn't exist or by using another psychokinetic ability to negate it. It's a long time ago, I can't remember all of it. There was a specific example. If someone tells you they can fly, you tell them you control air currents and that from now on they won't be allowed to use them. This would normally stimulate the brain in such a way that the patient stopped thinking they could fly. The main danger as the therapist is believing that you can control air currents.
So,
I didn't think you'd mind, since it wasn't your case.
Die guckt immer so streng.
The danger of pretending you have psychokinetic abilities is that you may start believing you have them and then have them. It's the paradox of the cure. Dr. Dekker loved paradoxes. His favorite was the grandfather paradox.
Ja, wenn du in die Zeit zurückreist und deinen Großvater tötest, dann kannst du nicht existieren, aber dann da du nicht existieren kannst, kannst du deinen Großvater ja nicht töten.
If you can travel back in time and kill your grandfather, then you cannot be born. But if you cannot be born, then you cannot kill your grandfather. It's a time traveler's chicken and egg, if you will.
Und genauso gibt es das Käseparadoxon. Je mehr, Käse hat Löcher. Je mehr Löcher, desto weniger Käse. Je mehr Käse, desto mehr Löcher. Also je mehr Käse, desto weniger Käse. Und es gab, glaube ich, noch ein Monty Python Paradoxon. Ihr seid alle Individualisten. Wir sind alle Individualisten. Einer, ich nicht. Ja, super.
I don't take sleeping tablets, never have. I'm not allowed to prescribe either. Dr. Dekker had me try to forge his signature once, but I was woeful. Some people would say Dr. Dekker had a bit of a drinking problem. It got worse and then it got better when his confidence turned up. I think it was the stress of dealing with the new patients. I like the odd tipple. I've been known to drink, not as much at the moment, not as much as Dr. Dekker did. He kept at least one bottle in his desk drawer at all times. You can't imagine the amount of times I wanted to sneak in and have some. I suppose it's possible that somebody spiked his drink. Most people probably knew he had a bottle in his desk. Wouldn't have been that hard to empty out some capsules into it. Maybe the police should get fingerprints? I'll go and suggest it. Make sure nobody touches the bottle in the meantime. Dr. Dekker definitely dabbled in that stuff. I'm not sure to what extent. I have no idea. Maybe he was an undercover secret agent. Maybe he was getting more annoying as time progressed. You're not, though. You're lovely. Is this a good time to ask for a raise? Wow. I was kidding, but thank you, Doctor. I'll take that as a yes. And don't worry, I'll sort it all out. There's a lot of stress in here. We're dealing with people's lives. How do you relax, Doctor?
Okay.
I love video games. I just wish they'd make ones with stronger female protagonists. Sorry, I'd settle for any female protagonists.
Da gibt's aber gute Spiele.
I bet you like dance music.
Nee.
I don't know why.
Hm. Stimmt zwar
Mariana
nicht.
thought I played hockey. Whatever that's supposed to mean. I love food. It will be my downfall. Stress eating is the worst.
Wobei eigentlich mag ich ja schon Tanzmusik. Also so auf dem Summer Breeze habe ich auch getanzt. In Anführungszeichen. Alter, da. Kleinen Moment, meine Katze hat hier gerade sich etwas übergeben. Ich muss das mal kurz wegmachen hier. Kleinen Moment. Er hat wohl zu viel von Nicht-Katzengras gefressen. So, da bin ich wieder. Das war ein kleines Fiasko. Die hat sich hier über die Polstermöbel noch mit übergeben. Auf dem Boden war auch noch was und das musste alles weg. Jetzt warten wir allerdings noch ganz kurz, bis Ayla wieder da ist. Das ist ein bisschen wie... Kennt ihr dieses Gesellschaftsspiel, wo jemand eine Krankheit hat und man muss rausfinden, was derjenige hat, indem man Fragen stellt? Und ich glaube, das gab es sogar als Gruppenspiel, also dass die ganze Gruppe unter irgendeiner Krankheit leidet. Und dann spricht sich die Gruppe, die spricht sich halt ab, was sie für eine Krankheit haben. Und jemand anderes muss draußen warten. Und dann kommt man wieder in den Raum rein und dann muss man erraten, was anhand von Fragen, die man der Gruppe stellt oder den einzelnen Leuten aus der Gruppe stellt, was die für eine Krankheit haben. Ich erinnere mich, dass wir das früher mal gespielt haben, als Gesellschaftsspiele als solche in der Gruppe noch in waren. So, dann geht's weiter. Dann fragen mal über den Professor Alderby.
I like Professor Alderby. He turned me onto that book I've been raving about.
Alderby? Klingt wie älter sein. Hey, die bewirft mich.
Cult of the Kinetic Mind. I should start selling them myself.
Ja, das ist relativ lustig, Sabishi, dieses Spiel. Also das kann man wirklich einfach, ganz einfach spielen. Ohne irgendwelche Vorkehrungen. Ich glaube, bei mir war es dann irgendeine Krankheit, dass jeder die Frage des Letzten beantwortet. Und nicht auf meine Frage antwortet. Der erste antwortet mit "Ich weiß es nicht" und der zweite antwortet auf die vorige Frage. Was nicht lang dauert, bis man drauf kommt. War nicht so clever. Aber man kann das dann noch ein bisschen anders machen, dass man immer mit Farben antwortet oder dass man, keine Ahnung, immer wieder Rollen vertauscht. Kann man ganz komplizierte Sachen machen. Und das geht natürlich auch im Allgemeinen. Also ich kann auch sagen, okay, was habe ich jetzt? Und jetzt müsst ihr mir Fragen stellen. Und ich habe mir irgendwas überlegt, unter welcher Krankheit ich jetzt leide. Das kann halt irgendeine fiktive Krankheit sein. Die muss nicht real sein. Eine abgewandelte Form von dem Spiel gibt es auch. Also das kann man, wie gesagt, sehr gut zu zweit auch dann spielen. Oder mit mehreren, dass einer halt sagt, okay, was ist passiert? Und er darf nur mit Ja oder Nein antworten und irgendein Mordfall zum Beispiel. Und durch geschicktes Fragen muss man dann rausfinden, was eigentlich überhaupt passiert ist, wie es passiert ist und warum es passiert ist, was die Tatwaffe war und so weiter. Und dann kann man sich so Geschichten ausdenken wie, okay, jemand ist aus einem Ballon geflogen, weil ein Loch im Korb drin war oder sowas. Und jetzt müsst ihr da drauf kommen durch geschickte Fragestellung. Und ich sage aber nur Ja oder Nein, was anderes darf ich nicht sagen. Und das ist relativ interessantes Spiel eigentlich. Könnt ihr mal zu Hause ausprobieren oder mit irgendjemandem über Skype. Ja, so ähnlich wie Wer bin ich, nur was ist passiert heißt es dann, glaube ich. Und ich glaube, da gibt es auch 10.000 verschiedene Möglichkeiten, so ein ähnliches Spiel zu spielen. Und kann man auch einfach mal ein bisschen die Fantasie spielen lassen, das ist relativ gut. Und als derjenige, der die Fragen stellen muss, ist natürlich auch die Herausforderung, wirklich rauszufinden, was alles passiert ist.
Dr. Dekker told me he was adopted. His birth mother only turned up 5 years ago because she wanted money for her experimental cancer treatment. I'm not sure how much it cost or even if he had the money, but he didn't do it, and she became one mean mother.
So, haben wir noch irgendwas, was wir die Jaya fragen können? Wir können ja hier mal.
No, sorry.
Aber sie war doch, wir haben doch von ihr geträumt. So, hier.
It must be frustrating, always asking and getting nowhere. Are you frustrated, Doctor?
You appeared last night. So, mal gucken.
You're getting closer all the time, but you're still not asking the right questions.
Ist das ein Hinweis oder nicht? You in my dream.
I don't know, Doctor. Do you?
Yes. But you don't understand my question.
I don't know.
Okay. Wenn euch eine Frage einfällt, dann... Aber wir waren vorher bei Dr. Dekkers Mutter. Das heißt, die Elin war ja der Angel of Death für die. Und sie ist Dr. Dekker geworden.
Hilda died last night. I was there. Well, I was there as her daughter. It was nice. She had a good death. She got to say what she wanted to say. Hilda was Hilda to the end. I was the doting daughter. Don't worry, everything's going to be okay. I love you, Mum. Then Hilda, with almost her last breath, looks me straight in the eye and says, "Don't let them take Amelia."
Don't let them take Amelia. Wer ist Amelia? Ich kenne nur Amelia Pond. The book from the fairy tales. Doctor Who.
Most people have taken sleeping pills at some time or another, haven't they? It's probably quite easy to get hold of them. Although, I have to get a doctor to sign a prescription if I need any at work. It's probably the same for Jaya. Jaya seems really nice. I don't know why she'd want to work in a place like this.
Was ist so falsch mit diesem Platz hier?
I just mean, get all these weird people coming here. I mean, I've met some of them out in the waiting room. I know they're just people, but a couple of them have seriously given me the creeps. She's the slightly older one, isn't she? Always well dressed? Yes, her. I'm pretty good at picking
Also
up on
Claire.
people's energy, and hers is cold. Actually, I think I sort of know her. Claire Castleford, isn't it? Apparently, she attacked her husband or something.
Scheint ja sehr glücklich darüber zu sein.
Dr. Dekker drank a bit. I mean, I didn't say anything about it, but well, it's not very professional, is it? I mean, it's not like he was drunk. Must be very stressful being a therapist. Do you find it stressful, Doctor?
Na,
Maybe you're just tired then. You should get some rest. I think of Dr. Dekker every time one of my patients dies. It makes me remember how he didn't care about his mum. He was a good therapist. He was a lousy son. I was angry at Dr. Dekker. Hilda's daughter, she's in Australia, so fair enough. Maybe she really couldn't get over to see her. But Dr. Dekker's mum was dying literally on the other side of town, and he just couldn't be bothered. I shifted for her, but in a way I wish I hadn't, because it let Dr. Dekker off the hook, you know? I didn't realise how little he cared until I told him the news.
Ah, okay.
You've never seen me angry, have you, Doctor? Don't say things like that when you don't mean them. It causes upset.
Was hat sie da in der Hand? Ein Smartphone?
Yes, once. I wanted to show him what I could do so he could see for himself. I took his hand, I told him to think of a loved one, and then there was nothing. I mean, literally nothing, just an empty void. The only thing I could feel was his hand holding mine. I'm pretty sure without that I'm not sure I could have made it back.
Smartphone, oder? Hat sie da in der Hand. Smartphone.
I don't really know anything about that.
Okay.
Doctor, I'm not sure I should be answering questions like that. Amelia's Hilda's doll. She used to have about 9 or 10 of them, all glassy-eyed and creepy looking, with frilly dresses and curls. All over her room they were. In the end, we had to get rid of them. They weren't very hygienic. But we let her keep one, and that was Amelia. I'm keeping her safe until I can pass her on to Hilda's daughter. Maybe she'll fly over for the funeral. I don't know. Are you okay, Doctor? You look a bit pale. Yes, I told Dr. Dekker. Most other people wouldn't have believed me, but he did. In fact, he cared far more about the shifting than he did about his mum dying.
Ja, er mochte halt seine Mutter nicht, ne? Aber
I'm not really helping, am I? Try asking me something else. For a moment, I thought he might cry. Just for a split second. But he didn't. He just carried on with our session. I wish I knew what went on there. Jaya probably knows. She spent quite a long time with Sarah when she visited.
aha.
Dr. Dekker told me he was adopted. His birth mother only turned up 5 years ago because she wanted money for her experimental cancer treatment. I'm not sure how much it cost or even if he had the money, but he didn't do it, and she became one mean mother.
Okay, nochmal als Erinnerung.
I referred myself because of Dr. Dekker's mother. Was I supposed to have a letter? Terry hasn't been into work for a few days. I hope there's nothing wrong with her.
Okay,
There's no lake house today, sorry. David's not doing very well. He's caused a problem with the girl. I need to do something.
Oh, oh. Nach dem Letter fragen.
I don't have anything else to say about that.
Was soll ich über den Brief fragen? Welchen Brief?
Sorry, can't help you.
The little girl, our neighbor at the lake house, she says David is weird and creepy.
Doctor! Oh, sorry, but I found some of the referral letters we were talking about. There is a pattern, but it's not the same for everyone. He said to get them to you ASAP, so here you go.
Surprising. Okay, also die Claire, da sie ja ihren Mann ermordet hat. Die Mariana, die hat doch gemeint, dass die Sessions nicht so günstig sind. Aber hier steht, dass es gar nicht zahlen muss. Also es wird gezahlt. Mentally unstable, also, okay. Welcher Patient ist es? Okay, keine Ahnung, welcher Patient es sein soll. Aber welche Connection soll das sein? Also... Chart Token und Cat Roanbeck wahrscheinlich. Das ist schwierig. Also ich finde hier, außer dass halt alle drei irgendwie einen Knacks weg haben, sehe ich keine weitere Evidenz. Ha. Das sind alles die gleichen. Hackett and Brown. Die Buchstaben von Hackett and Brown sind auch in Chart Token Ball drin. Das ist ein Anagramm. Genau. Hackett. Das Unzeichen. Brown. Und auch hier in Cat Rombach ist genauso Brown und Hackett drin. Also ist ein Anagramm.
I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Ja, ich habe mich verschrieben. Anagramm.
I spotted that. All the solicitors' names are anagrams of each other. But why would someone need so many aliases to refer patients? I got a bit weirded out thinking it might be connected to Dr. Dekker's murder, so I just stopped thinking. Don't get me started.
Ja, das ist echt merkwürdig hier. Ja, danke schön, Ayla. Ja, aber der ausschlaggebende Hinweis war hier, weil hier alle drei Namen hintereinander stehen. Und halt der Hinweis, dass da was Merkwürdiges mit den Namen ist. Also es war kein... So ganz ohne Hinweis wäre ich da nicht drauf gekommen. Und ich habe so ähnliche Sachen halt für Heritage auch gemacht. Und wenn man selber so ein bisschen so Anagramme verwendet, dann merkt man sowas vielleicht auch manchmal ein bisschen schneller. Und es gibt ein paar tolle Serien, wo es dann immer heißt, das ist ein Anagramm, ein versteckter Hinweis. Einen ganz kleinen Moment mal, ich muss mich mal ganz kurz rausnehmen. So, es kam gerade ein Anruf, Entschuldigung. So, aber was sagt uns das jetzt? Das heißt, wir haben wahrscheinlich immer den gleichen, der Patienten empfiehlt. Mal gucken, die Elin ist ja... Nee, nicht die Elin, die Claire ist ja empfohlen worden.
I've never used sleeping pills. I'm too afraid of what would happen to me in my sleep. David has been hunting and skinning again. But from the look of the torso, he caught a domestic cat. I'm being generous. It was definitely a cat. I spoke to David about it, but I have no idea if he can comprehend me or not. He just grunts at me. He doesn't even smile anymore. Not at all. Yes, sorry. I left out an important detail. The girl, Anushka, she was crying because her cat had gone missing, and she thinks that David killed it. Doctor, I'm worried.
Ich auch.
I'm worried that David's not going to stop at cats. He's killed deer, rabbits, wild birds, and now cats. I'm worried he might add little girls to his list. I can't stop him. I can't stop him. I can't control him in any way at all. Ever since I brought him back from the dead, he has done nothing but ignore me. I'm starting to think that... Oh yes, here. From a few weeks ago. As you can see, Doctor, he looks perfectly normal.
Es sind 2 weitere Leute im Bild. Die Claire steht wohl am Fenster, so wie es ausschaut.
Oh yes, here.
Oh yes, ja. Sagt wohl nichts dazu. Foto ist wohl das Keyword.
That's not relevant.
Probably not. Was ich mir vorstellen kann, ist, die Claire ist diejenige, die der David ist.
David has been hunting and skinning again. Sorry, that doesn't mean anything to me.
Multiple personality. Oh.
Sorry, I don't know about that.
Ach, diese amerikanische Tastatur, die macht mich fertig. Multiple personality.
I don't know.
Wer ist Anushka nochmal?
Are you even listening to me? Some of these questions are a bit far off the mark.
Oh, woher wissen wir das? Hat sie das gerade gesagt?
I can't stop him. I can't control him in any way at all. Ever since I brought him back from the dead, he has done... Yes, sorry. I left out an important detail. The girl, Anushka, she was crying
Anushka
because
heißt...
her cat had gone missing, and she thinks that David killed it. Doctor, I'm worried.
Habe ich es falsch geschrieben eigentlich?
Yes, sorry. I left out an important detail. The girl, Anushka.
Probieren wir es nochmal. Anushka.
I spoke to her again. She wouldn't tell me her name, which is quite right. I am a stranger after all. So I gave her the name Anushka. She said the man that lives in the lake house is weird and creepy. I spoke to her again. She wouldn't. That I need to put David out of his misery. That I need to end his suffering. That I need to kill him again. What shall I do, Doctor? Should I kill David?
Da ich glaube, dass sie David ist, ist es vielleicht eine gute Idee, David zu töten. Was meint ihr?
I love him so much. But you're right. It's time. He's becoming a danger to people around him, not just himself.
Oh, wir haben plötzlich nur noch 2 Fragen zur Auswahl.
If Dr. Dekker was an alcoholic, he hid it well. I never saw him drink. He certainly never offered me a drink. God knows I could have used one. I never talked to Bryce, but I did talk to Iris. She didn't want to at first. She blames me for David's death, but as we both know, that's not a thing. Anyway, she said she was never locked up in any basement and had never heard of any Dr. Dekker. So it's, as I first suspected, a lie. You didn't make all of that up so I'd talk to Iris again, did you? Then Mr. Bryce seems to have a few more issues than me. Perhaps you should ask him about that. Dr. Dekker was very quiet in our sessions after seeing David. After a while, he started talking about David like he was a pet, asking me what I fed him, what he'd do in certain conditions. I think he was fascinated with it all, and David and I had become new test subjects for him. When I said David never listens to me, he urged me to start giving David treats for pleasing me. Not in that way, but showing him how to close a door, for example. If he did it, give him a treat. It did actually work, but I had to stop myself. I felt like I was training a monkey. It just wasn't right. That's an interesting idea, Doctor. It's not really something that needs to be done, though. I have no intention of reanimating anybody anymore. It hasn't gone very well in the past. My solicitors did refer me, but I ended up going privately as it was cheaper. I'm paying them enough already without them getting a percentage of my therapy bill. Dr. Dekker asked me if I'd ever accidentally locked David in, which I hadn't, but curiosity got the better of me, so I locked him in the lake house. He couldn't get out. He didn't have the wherewithal to operate the lock.
So, schauen wir mal unseren Gravedigger
I'm fine.
mit der extra Hour.
I'm worried. My pursuer in the hour, he's definitely military. I've developed a new skill to deal with him. Last night, I saw him draw something from his jacket. He was approaching me, grinning. I had nowhere to go. So I closed my eyes and imagined, well, I imagined being back home. And when I opened them again, I'd teleported. Work is fine. If anything, I've been falling behind again. I think it's the stress of not being alone in the midnight hour anymore. I stole a painting. There, I've said it. It was from the local gallery, Providence. I really like it, but I can't afford it. So I took it. It's just that one thing, just the painting I've stolen recently. I think my new pursuer is unraveling me. Is it okay to steal things, Doctor? If I really like them?
Nach dem Bootshaus die Claire, oder? Nochmal fragen.
My solicitors did refer me, but I ended up going privately as it was cheaper.
Wie hieß das Bootshaus nochmal auf Englisch? Ah, Lake House. Okay.
I don't have an answer for you. I don't know what you're talking about, Doctor.
Okay, Lake House allein reicht nicht, aber was soll ich denn über das Bootshaus fragen?
Yes, sorry. I left out an important detail.
Ich mache mal so lange bei ihm weiter, falls uns noch was einfällt.
I thought you'd say that. I will do my best to refrain from it, but I can't promise anything. My other doctor had prescribed me sleeping pills before I came to see Dr. Dekker. I think they were called temazepam. I never took them. I saw Jessica across the street this morning. She waved, but I just crumbled. Ever since I took those photos, I haven't been able to face her. Do you think I should tell her about the photos, Doctor?
So, ja oder nein? Also mal so gesehen, wenn wir sagen, er soll ihr nichts darüber erzählen, dann weiß die Jessica nicht, dass er sie fotografiert hat. Wenn doch, dann creept er die Jessica. Also er creept sie out, wollte ich das wirklich sagen? Also auf jeden Fall will sie danach auf jeden Fall nichts mehr mit ihm zu tun haben. Wenn die Jessica aber nicht real ist, dann wäre es ja eigentlich egal, was wir hier antworten. Es geht ja eigentlich mehr um seine Psyche und nicht um diese Jessica oder darum, dass er hier sein großes Glück mit ihr findet. Aber ich tendiere auch dazu, eher Nein zu sagen.
I didn't think I should either. She'd hate me forever. Maybe when she next waves, I'll at least wave back. I never saw Dr. Dekker touch a drop. Doesn't mean it wasn't going on behind closed doors, though, does it? I was as surprised as you are. I just imagined I was somewhere else, and there I was. Perhaps Dr. Dekker was right. Think of something, and it becomes real, if you believe in it. But I'll only do it wisely. Imagine the mistakes you might make. Don't want to become one with the igneous layer too soon. My pursuer. He's measured in his approach, watching, testing. When he finally came for me, I wasn't ready. I think he underestimated me, though, and that allowed me to escape.
Der Pursuer von Dark
I'd be able
Souls.
to just leave. Why do you think he's coming after me, Doctor? Oh, I think I might know. I think he's death, Doctor. I think I saved that old woman from burning to death in bed, and now he's coming after me to even the score. Do you think it could be death?
Final Destination.
It's just me. I'm going crazy. I'm so strange. Everything about me is strange already, but to have another presence in my hour, it's unhinged me. These sessions cost a lot of money, Doctor. I'm not just going to leave in the middle of one. But I can see you don't believe me. Do you really want me to teleport, Doctor? Blink, and you'll miss it. Told you.
Nice.
I was one of Dr. Dekker's first patients. I wasn't referred by anyone. My GP recommended I saw someone privately. I think he was just sick of listening to me complain about how little time I had during our 10-minute slot. No, I'm not becoming him. I'm not becoming Dekker. Yes, that's David Castleford. I've no idea when it was taken. Shocking composition. No, Doctor. No, you can't. I've seen what you can do. You can listen and ask, but you don't have any real power. No, sorry.
Bin auf irgendwas draufgekommen.
How extraordinary. So the girl in the basement was somebody that Claire knows, and she's adamant that I didn't rescue her. I really wish I'd taken photos now.
Was soll ich ihm zum Teleport fragen?
I was as surprised as you are. I was as surprised as you are. I just imagined I was somewhere else, and there I was.
Kriegen wir nichts weiter raus. Was mich immer wundert ist, die haben alle noch was Zusätzliches. Also, wir kriegen ja fast immer nur Gelb hin. Wir haben noch nie Grün hinbekommen. Interessant. Sprechen wir mit Scarlett.
Scarlett. I haven't been in since he died. Since Dr. Dekker died. He was a complicated man, as I suppose most people are. His external persona didn't match what he dreamed about.
Ja, ich denke, dass da die selbstgestellten Fragen ausschlaggebend sind. Also ich denke, es ist absichtlich so gemacht, dass wir es nicht rausbekommen. Es gibt ja noch diese Hints unten, die ich aber nicht nutzen will.
His dreams were amazing, filled with a spectrum of colours and creatures. It was like Narnia for grown-ups. That was in the beginning. I'm a dream walker. I can visit people and help them in their dreams. You've not caught up on all his old patients yet, then? It's something I've been able to do since I was little. I was born an identical twin, and my sister and I shared dreams. We just thought it was normal. When our younger brother started having night terrors, we helped him. I just need to know the person, a little, and know they're dreaming. Then I can sort of jump into them. Fluid, soft, intricate things. I couldn't draw a picture if you asked, but they drew you to them. They looked a little strange, but you felt compelled to watch them. Chaotic, dark. Like an earthquake, everything you stood on shifted into something else. I think he was fighting with something internally, and it was winning. I don't know. It's a turn of phrase. Inner demons? Insanity? I don't know. I can visit dreams, but I can't force the dreamer to interact with me. It's something, I think, in my mind. Firstly, I need to sleep myself. I'm constantly tired, so I can pretty much sleep on demand. Before I go, I think of jumping into that person. That's how it works for me. I've tried teaching others, but I don't know if anyone else can do it.
Inception, oder?
I don't know. Lots of people. Whenever I get close enough to tell somebody about it, the first thing they want to do is try it out or have me visit their dreams. That's kind of why I'm here. Relationships.
Ist echt witzig, mit was für Ideen die hierher kommen.
It's difficult
Sehr kreativ.
to sustain them. I'm not just talking about romantic entanglements. It's hard keeping friends, too. Like I said before, I tell them about my ability and they immediately want to try it out. The problem is, I don't normally like what I see.
Ja, genau. Deshalb, also weil es nicht so abwegig ist, dass jemand behauptet, sowas zu können. Also, das kann schon sein.
I think people try to show off. Firstly, they're a bit shocked if I turn up in their dream. But when they're comfortable with that, they start to put on a show. But most people can't control their dreams, so they tend to turn into nightmares pretty quickly. Oh look, I'm dreaming of a giant Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Oh, why is it destroying New York?
Ghostbusters!
When you've experienced someone's dream, if they've been a bit creepy in it or terrified me, it's hard to look someone in the eyes after that. It's embarrassing. What should I do, Doctor? Should I not tell people about my ability? Keep it a secret, bottle it up?
Ich würde sagen, geheim halten ist besser.
I'm not sure that's healthy, but I guess I could give it a try. What if it accidentally comes out? Is there anything else I can do to stop pushing people away?
So, refuse to dreamwalk, be honest, oder accept they are just dreams. Was nehmen wir?
So, if I could breathe through my ears, you wouldn't want to see it. I do say no. A lot. But I usually cave eventually.
Okay.
It's difficult to do when you experience them like I do. But I know what you're saying is right. A lot of the time I assume people are controlling their dreams like I can. But they're probably directed by their subconscious, and who controls that? Double honest. Interesting. I suppose I haven't really tried that. I might just give that a go. He's dead now, so I suppose it won't affect him if I admit that. So yes, I was. Not near the end, though. Not when his dreams started changing. Like I said, my ability ruins relationships. Who told you? Jaya?
Just thought she'd know. Thought she'd know everything about her precious Dr. Dekker. Sorry, we didn't speak that much. But she was a lot like the other woman. So much control over someone who was supposed to be her superior. I really don't know anything about that. Try again, Doctor. He was a Valentine's Day was awful. I had a bit of an accident with a creme brulee torch and had to spend the night waiting in A&E. I melted a nail to my finger. It hurt a lot and needed stitches. It's all fine now, though. Sounds familiar, but no.
Give me the finger.
That's not something I...
Okay.
It's difficult to sustain them. I'm not just talking about... I don't have anything to say about that. His dreams were amazing. His dreams were amazing.
Okay. Ich glaube, alle Fragen haben wir schon gestellt, was sie dazu sagen kann. Aber wir könnten vielleicht mal...
Pass. Sorry. Don't know.
Dann gehen wir mal zum Glyn.
Sorry, I'm Glenn. I didn't expect to be here. I was looking for the men's room. Like I said, I was in the green room. You know, that new restaurant in town. I actually need to do something. Done. Sorry. I was in the middle of a day and needed the restroom, and here I am. Sorry, you're not familiar with my case. I stepped through the restroom door into your office. Sometimes when I go through a door, it opens to another place. No, I shouldn't imagine she did that. I didn't even pass through the waiting room. Besides, it's lunchtime, she won't be there. No, not really. But it's lunchtime, and you don't normally see patients now. Well, Dr. Dekker didn't normally see patients now. Dr. Dekker was crazy. I arrived late to the party. Apparently, he was a fine, upstanding citizen before. I don't know what changed him. Of the few sessions I had with him, he'd observed me walking through doors. I'd walk through a door and I'd disappear. And then I couldn't get back. The session was £150 either way, so I paid that for a couple of times and then decided it was a bad idea. As you can see, it's still happening. The doors. I'm still vanishing from one place to another. My dad died. He was on his deathbed and I was complaining about work, women or whatever. It was an idiom. He said, when one door closes, another opens. Then he died. I needed those words to be important. So here I am. He was stoic. He had tuberculosis in his lungs. That's what killed him. Nobody knew until the end. I never got to say I loved him. Yeah, maybe. He'd split with my mum 3 years earlier. It was messy. It was bad. I didn't talk to him really at all. They called me as next of kin, said I should come in if I wanted to say goodbye. I did love him. He just broke everything. No. I hadn't seen him for so long. I just let it all out. I screamed, I shouted, I punched the walls. Do you know what he said? Sorry. Over and over again. Like he really meant it. He did. He really meant it. When I stopped, when I was exhausted, he smiled at me. Like he cherished me. Like he'd been waiting to say sorry. Waiting for forgiveness. I didn't get to. I didn't get to say I loved him. I didn't get to forgive him. He just said when one door closes, another opens. And then he died. What does he think of me? All those years, thinking I was the bigger man. It turns out he was. There's no going back, is there, Doctor? When one door closes, it's shut forever.
Ich würde ja antworten. Weil wir sollen ja also zumindest was die Jaya sagt, sollen wir ja nicht die Leute ermutigen dazu, diese Kräfte zu nutzen, von denen sie glauben, dass sie real sind. Und du würdest das andere nehmen? Dass die Tür nicht für immer verschlossen ist? Also das ist halt Chaos. Das da hier ist Order. Und ich glaube, wir nehmen eher mal Order.
It's no solace, really, is it? Maybe another time.
Und weg ist er. Ich übrigens auch. Ich muss mal kurz für kleine Teleportationszauberer. Ich mach mal kurz ohne Ton weiter. Ich muss nämlich unbedingt ein Plätzchen essen.
I'm feeling good. I ran into one of your other patients. Mariana. She's beautiful. I think we might go on a date. Temazepam is the same sleeping pill Dr. Dekker prescribed me. Why would he mix those with alcohol? People are such idiots. Which reminds me, that truck driver died. The truck driver that ran into Hannah. He was divorced, apparently. He killed himself. He mixed sleeping pills with alcohol too, but he died in his garage. I read it in the paper. He'd been drinking. Then he took the sleeping pills. Then he went into his garage and put the hose pipe through his window. Not until he put his daughter in the seat first.
Ich muss noch eins essen.
It's one of those newspaper stories you read and you hope it says he leaves behind his wife and 7-year-old daughter. But his daughter was in the car. Do you know, I wrote him a letter. Dr. Dekker told me one of the ways to get through my grief would be to write a letter to the truck driver. I tried to forgive him. I know it was my fault, but the thing that made me feel best was blaming him. I think maybe he killed himself because of me. Do you think I'm to blame, Doctor? Alcohol isn't something I usually notice on people until they're slurring and weaving around. Was Dr. Dekker an alcoholic? Probably. I never saw him drink, though. What are you trying to do most? Cure his patients or find out who killed him?
So, jetzt bei den Dilemma-Fragen hier. Was sagt ihr? Also geben wir ihm die Schuld oder nicht? Und was wollen wir eigentlich? Wollen wir die Patienten heilen oder wollen wir... Okay.
It's been nice chatting with you. Don't get me wrong. But I can't help but feel you're mainly interested in finding out about the old doctor. I suppose you already know Dr. Dekker thought one of his patients was trying to kill him. He told me in one of our sessions, which was later rewound, that someone had been leaving him messages on his prescription pad. Not good messages. He didn't tell me anything specifically. Just death threats. It was one of his many rants. I just sat there quietly, hoping he wasn't going to try and hypnotize me again. I asked him if it was a boy or a girl.
Oh.
He didn't tell me anything specifically. Just death threats. It was one of his many rants. I just sat there quietly, hoping he wasn't going to try and hypnotize me again. I asked him if it was a boy or a girl's handwriting. He said he knew who it was, and that they'd be in trouble. I think he was bluffing.
So, geben wir ihm die Schuld oder nicht? An dem Tod von dem Trucker.
His daughter's picture was in the paper. Molly. Ever since I saw a picture in the paper, I've started thinking I could see her. Out of the corner of my eye. Like she's watching me. Crazy, right?
Nice. Dass wir die Tochter auch gesehen haben. Ihr habt sie auch gesehen, oder?
My solicitors assured me that I wouldn't have to discuss anything about my trial with you, so I'm not going to. Concentrate on my state of mind, and let me worry about other things. Ever since I saw a picture in the paper, I've started thinking I could see her. Out of the corner of my eye. Like she's watching me. Crazy, right?
Ach cool, in dem Replay sieht man es nicht mehr. Also die Tochter, die Molly war irgendwie links im Bild drin.
Please do. I wish I could believe you. I can't really explain it, but she seems like such a friendly person. I think the police are barking up the wrong tree. I think I've probably said too much. It's probably not the same girl anyway. Out of the corner of my eye. Like she's watching me. Ever since I saw a picture in the paper, I don't know. I'm a broken record. I'm definitely a broken something. Ever since I saw a picture in the paper, I started...
Ich weiß nicht, ob Sabishis sich auf unsere Antwort bezieht, oder? Sabishi? Ansonsten, ich fahre immer die Taktik, der halt zuerst antwortet, der bekommt die Antwort. Die Antwort nehmen wir, wenn ich euch frage. Oder hättest du gerne was anderes gehabt? Hättest du ihm gerne die Schuld gegeben am Tod, oder? Ja, bei Mariana ist was Neues aufgegangen.
I don't know. I didn't kiss you, but you just followed me, like the others. I don't feel comfortable here, Doctor. I'd like to leave. If you say so, it must have been your twin then. I don't know if I have a twin. Do you have a twin, Doctor? I know you don't. It was definitely you, wearing what you're wearing now. He's the cute, sad-looking one, isn't he? He asked me out, and I said I'd let him know. Do you think I should go out with him?
Sollen wir die miteinander verkuppeln oder nicht? Könnt ihr euch mal überlegen? Ich frag mal
It's
über den
a referral
Referral.
letter, Doctor. Don't overthink it. A girl can't be too careful with everything that's been going on. Wow. So you think I spiked his drink and killed him with a paper spike? Nice.
Oh, habe ich es jetzt beschuldigt? Nee, das wollte ich eigentlich nicht.
Wouldn't you like to know? I'm not hiding anything. It's just a game, Doctor. I like playing games. No, there's been no dancing. I haven't been feeling that well, Doctor. Okay, but if he goes missing, don't go looking at me. You said it with such a serious look on your face, I almost believed you. It would be good if you had some kind of superpower that helped me, but I don't think so.
Harry and I are never going to be best friends, but I wouldn't wish her ill.
So, alle gelb, keiner grün. Das heißt, jeder hat noch was. Dann fragen wir sie mal nach dem Date.
Why are you asking me that?
Hat sie wohl nichts dazu zu sagen. Wir könnten mal. Also die Mariana ist die einzige, die mitbekommen hat, dass der Dekker trinkt. Ich weiß nicht, ob die Elin das auch weiß.
Dr. Dekker drank a bit.
Ja, sie weiß es
I
auch.
didn't say anything about it, but well, it's not very professional, is it? I mean,
Und die Mariana auch.
Dr. Dekker kept a bottle of whiskey, or maybe gin. I'm not sure. It was in his desk at all times, and when things got a little intense, he'd pour himself a glass. It's obviously an effect I have on people. No.
Weil sie wusste es nicht. Er wusste es auch nicht. Sie wusste es. Sie wusste es nicht. Und er wusste es auch nicht. Aber er hat vermutet, dass er trinkt.
He's the cute, sad-looking one, isn't he? He asked me out, and I said I'd let him know. Do you think I should go out with him?
So, ich glaube, wir können zum nächsten Tag, oder? Gibt's noch irgendwas?
Do you forget anything from our sessions, Doctor? People follow me to the beach. I don't know who they are, and I don't know what happens to them.
Ich denke, wir gehen zum nächsten Tag, oder? Einverstanden? Oder habt ihr noch was?
You said you'd help me with my problem, but he's still here.
Die Musik ist cool.
Dr. Dekker, he wants me to kill people. He wants them to follow me to the sea, to the creature. It eats them. It's getting stronger. Dr. Dekker says when it's strong enough, it's going to walk again. That's why I black out.
Coole Kameraeinstellungen.
He doesn't want me to know. He doesn't want me to remember. I'm feeding a beast that wants to eat us all. You've got to tell me, Doctor. You have got to tell me the truth. You're dreaming, but your dreams are the truth. Don't forget me when you wake. I don't know how I'm in your dream, but now we're together. Let's play a game. I say a word, you say a word. Ready? Guilty. Murderer. That's a good doctor. Now, Just give me those 3 little words and I'll let you go. Yes. Yes, you do.
Bei der Claire ist aber tatsächlich eine Tat vollbracht worden. Bei der Mariana wissen wir ja nicht, ob sie irgendwas gemacht hat. Ist cool, ich kann von der Evidenz träumen. Also so rumgelesen ergibt's keinen Sinn. Ja, ist schon klar, dass es I love you heißt, aber ich meine, andersrum gelesen ergibt's keinen Sinn. Also oh, evoli.
You rang my doorbell.
The truck driver
The little girl.
killed himself.
David is weird.
Like she's watching me.
I need to put David
Molly,
out of his misery.
is it okay to steal things?
Sleeping tablets.
Fingerprints?
Dead bodies.
I saw Jessica.
Should I kill David?
Hilda died last night.
Do you think I should tell her about
Psychokinetics?
the photos?
Dr. Dekker seemed to like a drink.
Bit of a drinking problem.
It's probably the same for Jaya.
One of his patients was trying to kill him,
He lent me some money.
leaving him messages.
Creature, human flesh.
I'd teleported.
Do you have that dream, Doctor?
Oh, Doctor. You look... Oh. There's something I need to tell you. I can't find Dr. Dekker's prescription pad anywhere. I'm not sure when it went missing, but I don't remember seeing it for a while. Yours is there, but I'm scared one of the patients may have got their hands on it. Let me know if you find it, anyway, and ask me about Mariana later. I've got news.
Das heißt, vielleicht sollten wir mit Jaya zuerst reden. Sieht heute ein bisschen fertig aus, ha? Ein bisschen psychopathisch.
I'm worried about you, Doctor. You seem quiet and, well, it's just your fingerprints on the bottle. Maybe you touched it by accident? You didn't know him, did you?
Wir kennen ihn nicht.
Then why are your fingerprints on his vodka bottle? No, don't answer that. Oh, the infectious madness of Dr. Dekker, who hasn't it touched? I'm so worried. You just seem a little different from the person who turned up all those weeks ago. You don't talk to me as much as you did. You flitter between patients in a daydream. Tell me what things are bothering you. Who measures sanity or insanity? One man's philosopher is another man's fool. I'm keeping an eye on you. I won't let you go crazy. I think I'm okay with the grief now. My mother died suddenly, and I think I was projecting Dr. Dekker's death to be about her. I know they're not related. My mother died suddenly, like Dr. Dekker. For her, though, it was different. She burst into flames. I was 7. They said she must have been smoking and drinking on the sofa, but she doesn't smoke or drink. Professor Alderby said it was spontaneous combustion.
Ich weiß nicht, es sind echt sehr viele verrückte Stories hier.
Dr. Dekker's prescription pad is still missing. I'll let you know if it turns up. I didn't know anything about that. If I have any grievances with my employer, I spit in their coffee. I hope that's how you like it. Don't become like Dr. Dekker. I think that somebody killed him because he was using them. There's some footage I can't show you because it would affect you too much. Suffice to say, when Mariana told him she could breathe underwater, he wanted the same power for himself. So instead of trying to cure her of it, he'd try and amplify it to see how it worked, so he could imagine it for himself. I think he did that with all his special patients. I think he wanted all of their powers. If you believe in that sort of thing. Any patient who presented with psychokinetic issues, they were his special patients. Towards the end, he began ignoring all the other cases. Most of the patients saw it as a curse, what they were experiencing, what they were unwittingly doing. Dr. Dekker saw it as an ability, a power to be harnessed and used for, well, God knows what he was going to use it all for. So he made them give in to it, and it consumed them, consumed all of them. Whether you believe any of that or not is your choice, but they did, which made them angry. And that's why I think he was murdered by a patient. Poor Mariana. Dr. Dekker must have been serious about getting his money back. I've had a response from the small claims court. Is that motive enough, Doctor?
Okay, also er hat versucht, das Geld einzuklagen.
Who measures sanity or insanity?
Gut, ich denke, Mariana ist jetzt erstmal.
I'm fine, Doctor. I went to the beach, swam under the sea, and returned to tell the tale. No blackouts. Nothing. I don't dream, Doctor. I haven't dreamed for years now. People follow me into the sea. I don't force them, they just follow to see the creature. Why would someone steal Dr. Dekker's prescription pad? I didn't even know he had one. Thanks for reminding me, Doctor. I don't remember seeing it when we got back on Valentine's night. Maybe he put it in his briefcase. Did anyone look there? On Valentine's night, the Uber driver took me home. Then I got a text from Dekker asking to meet him here. So, I walked. He said he had a proposal for me. That if I gave him what he wanted, he'd give me what I wanted. Don't you know what I want?
Was will sie?
His money back. I didn't have it. I'm not sure what you'd call it. A wisp? A star? It's so bright and warm and loving.
And people
I
eating.
don't know why it leaves me. It only wants the others. It feeds on them. I suppose it's about an hour's walk from here to my house.
Das ist ungefähr die Tatzeit, oder? Sie ist, glaube ich, um 20 Uhr ist sie mit dem Uber-Taxi nach Hause. Und wenn sie danach den Text bekommen hat, dann muss sie ungefähr kurz nach 9 hier gewesen sein, wo Dr. Dekker gefunden worden ist. Um 9:20 Uhr war die Tatzeit, wenn ich mich richtig erinnere. Okay, zwischen 8:30 Uhr und 10:30 Uhr. Ich weiß nicht, wie ich auf 9:20 Uhr kam. Aber das kommt ziemlich genau, fällt ziemlich genau in das Zeitraster. Das heißt...
On Valentine's night, the Uber driver took me home. Then I got a text from Dekker asking to meet him. I've got nothing to say about that.
Ich habe Überstunden. Haha.
On Valentine's night, the Uber driver took me home.
Puh.
Wow. That's a low blow, Doctor. And after all our sessions, I'm not a thief. Even the loan, that was just unfortunate. Dr. Dekker asked for his loan back after diagnosing me as sane. In his opinion, my blackouts and everything else were fictional. He had no proof, of course, either way, or I'd be cured, but he asked for his money back, and I didn't have it. He said he had a proposal for me. That if I gave him what he wanted, he'd give me what I wanted.
Ach so, ja. Das sind wahrscheinlich die... Ist mir gar nicht aufgefallen.
His money back. I didn't have it. I'm not sure what you'd call it. A wisp? A star? It's so bright and warm and loving. I don't know why it leaves me. It only wants the others. It feeds on them.
Das heißt...
When I look down, I black
sehr
out.
gut, Ayla.
But if I can just keep looking forward, no blackouts. I can just swim back to the top when it's finished.
Also das Feed, es war jetzt zum Beispiel auch neu.
You really want to know? If I look down, it's writhing, just limbs of people from the clubs and the bars. Not just from this week, but last week, last month, last year. They all look terrified, but somehow still alive. The creature, it's all inside them, poking holes through them that they shouldn't have. It just eats them. Slowly. The missing people. That's where they go. I don't know I'm doing it. I swear I don't, Doctor. The creature. I hear it. It's hungry. Nobody can know. It's our secret. It's our secret. What will you tell people, that I'm feeding people to a creature at the bottom of the ocean? What proof do you have? You can't tell on me. You know what you do to me. When you visit, I let you do it because sometimes I'm ashamed of what I've done. You make me feel like I deserve it.
What?
You get inside me, Doctor. And it hurts. And you don't care. I can't explain what happened with John. He followed me back from the bar that night and swam with me under the ocean. I blacked out. He'd gone. You must have read about John in the news. He was a local student who went missing. He was a looker. And he had a way with words, but he was also a cheat. The creature liked eating him a lot. But I can't explain what happened next. I left him to be eaten. And the next morning, he turns up in my bed at my house. He's not wet at all. No signs he's been in the sea, but he has holes in him. Lots of holes. His inside is on the outside. Just a ball of tangled worms. And now they're blaming me, but you knew that, Doctor, didn't you?
Ich habe das Gefühl, ich habe eine komplett neue
That's
Patientin
why I'm
hier.
here. They think I killed John. John and some others. They need to know whether I'm insane or not. No! The creature killed John. My lawyer. He says I'm insane, but that he needs you to rubber stamp it. Do you think I'm insane, Doctor?
Apparently so. Und? Was glaubt ihr? Ist sie verrückt oder ist sie nicht verrückt?
Yeah. I did say that was a dream, didn't I? Is it easier to swallow, knowing it's the truth? The truth is, I'm not like you, Doctor, or anyone else. I can swim to the bottom of the ocean for hours, and people follow me, even if it's the last thing they do. Thank you, Doctor. That's all I ever needed to hear you say. I prefer actions over words, Doctor. You know that. You can't get blood out of a stone, Doctor. Squeeze me as hard as you can. You're a naughty one, Doctor. You know you visited my home. Why do you keep denying it? Don't you remember? That's a shame. You had fun. If you can't remember, I'm certainly not going to enlighten you.
Interessant.
I think you know who killed Dr. Dekker, so you're going to have a good day. Can we talk a bit about hypnotism, though? I've heard you can plant key words in people when they're hypnotized. How would I know if I had any? I think that the hypnotism didn't take, but maybe Dr. Dekker did hypnotize me, and it did work, and he told me to think that it didn't. I think I found one of the key words. I can't say what it is. I don't want to trigger it. I was on the phone to my dad last night, and he said something, and boom, I fell asleep. Normally I wish that kind of thing would happen, but it just happened. I phoned him back. I thought it was seconds, but it was an hour later. I asked him what he'd said. He'd watched some NASA program. He was reading off planets. It was one of them. I don't want it to be triggered. Pluto's not a planet, is it? And why are you even trying?
Pluto ist ein Hund.
So he did plant me with something. I have absolutely no idea. Did you find out what the key word is? What is it? No. Don't say it. Write it down for me. And thank you. You know, there's something I've not been telling you. It's about time travel. I read a book about time travel. I thought what was happening to me was a type of time travel. I couldn't control it, but at the end of each day, I would travel back in time to the beginning and live it over again. I'm like Doctor Who. I don't have a TARDIS, and I can't choose what time I go to. Except once. The doctor said she was legally still alive. The only thing they could do was starve her. Hannah didn't die in the accident the first time around. It was worse than death. She wouldn't have wanted that. I was looking at a photo from around the time of the accident. I had a lot of alcohol, which I think was probably necessary. I jumped back to the junction. I started pulling out, but the lorry was already on us. I drove into the lorry to make sure. I didn't wake up in hospital because I woke up the next day, present day. Things had changed.
Butterfly-Effekt. Kennt jemand den Film? Ziemlich guter Film. Und wenn ich so überlege, der Schauspieler hier sieht ein bisschen ähnlich aus wie der Schauspieler aus Butterfly-Effekt.
His prescription pad's missing. The one with all the death threats on it. Do you think the murderer took it to cover their tracks? This might feel like the darkest timeline, but it's not my darkest timeline. I didn't kill Dr. Dekker. I look at one of your other patients, or maybe even your assistant. I suppose it could be a coincidence, but I'm guessing whoever murdered Dr. Dekker stole his prescription pad. Her obituary changed in the press clippings I kept. It said she was killed instantly. Nothing else changed. Her family seemed to hate me more, which is ironic because the first time around, they pulled her off life support. So I saved them the indignity. Now they just think it was my careless driving that caused her death. I'm at peace with Hannah now. I can save her. And I'll keep trying, but I must move forward. I did kind of ask you not to talk about this anymore, but I suppose you're not taking notes.
Doch. Das ist super. Nathan, clearly I'm taking notes.
No. Sorry.
Ich muss kurz das Zeichen suchen auf der englischen Tastatur. Shift 7? Ja, genau.
I don't know.
Ah, das ist super.
What are you trying to get me to say? I don't know anything about that.
Oh, das Kind wieder.
Things have been interesting. Thanks to Mariana. We went on a date. What sort of? She texted me this bar she was going to, and I just turned up. She can dance. I was transfixed most of the night. Next thing I know, I'm lying in my bed, at home. The room's spinning. The day moved forward. In fact, every night I go and watch Mariana dance, the day moves forward. Do you think Mariana likes me?
Ich würde sagen, ja. Die Mariana liked, also mag ihn.
Thanks, Doctor. That's what I'm hoping. I haven't been lying. As far as everyone's concerned, she died in that car accident. Instantly. I didn't have time. I jumped back to the split second the accident happened. The truck was already on us. I swerved left the first time, so I tried right. If I could have saved her, I would have done. I didn't want her to die.
Also, die Leute, die werden schon alle ein bisschen verrückter hier, oder? Also also psychopathisch. Die grinsen immer so komisch, oder?
Question after question after question. They're all meaningless, aren't they? That one is, anyway.
A fictional space god that's resting at the bottom of the Atlantic. It's not likely, is it? Or maybe you think it is. Have you spoke to Mariana today? Your patients will always be a bother, but you're caring for people. We do still care, don't we, Doctor? In a few weeks' time, there'll be a whole new bunch of faces with a whole new bunch of quirks. Let's not have a whole new doctor, shall we? It's not your job to find out who the murderer is. It's the police. You can only point them in the right direction. Murder is a means to an end. There's a lot more going on here you should be thinking about.
Die ist auch schon so verrückt.
I'm good. I feel better. Last session, that was all negative. I don't want to be like that. I made you something. A little thank you for being so nice. They're cookies.
Ich weiß nicht, ob ich Cookies von ihr annehmen soll vom Angel of Death.
What about the prescription pad? Someone was sending Dr. Dekker death threats. Had no idea. You never said anything to me about it. Yes, I took it. I had to.
Aha.
Dr. Dekker told me he could use it to take away my gift.
Hallo Aki. Willst du mich nicht weiterspielen lassen? Aki, willst du ein Suchwort eingeben auf der Tastatur? Hä? Mein Kater, der jetzt hier ganz viel Aufmerksamkeit will. Du liegst auf der Tastatur.
I'm a happy person. And really, what's the point of being miserable? It doesn't matter what's going on at work or anything. Happy is the only goal. Max told me that. I think some footballer might have said it.
Bei jedem Mal crazy eintippen, okay? Machen wir hier. Hoffentlich fangen sie dann nicht an zu singen.
Sorry, Doctor, I'm trying to answer your
Crazy,
questions. I really am.
crazy.
No? What do you think I am? Fine. Don't eat them then. I was just trying to be nice. I told you about Max, right? Didn't I mention him before? Yes, but you don't know the whole story. Max is 77. He was one of my patients. I thought he was dying, so I shifted for him. Became an old sweetheart of his, apparently. Only Max didn't die. He actually got better somehow. And then he came and asked me to do it again. Eleanor, her name was, or is. Like I say, he doesn't even know where she is now. But she obviously still loves him. When I shifted, I felt all fluttery and excited. It's so sweet, isn't it? Yes, Max and Eleanor had dinner on Valentine's Day. I felt a bit weird when he asked me. But he said he just wanted to have one more date with her, and then he wouldn't ask me again. And to be fair, he was a perfect gentleman. I mean, I didn't want to have that conversation. The usual stuff: flour, sugar, butter, chocolate chips, and my special ingredient, a little herbalist magic to give you some pep. You look like you need it.
Ein bisschen Mariana. Oder Marihuana.
You can put herbal remedies in food. The effect's more subtle, but it does work. You're very welcome. Thing is, because Max didn't die, he saw me change back after I let go of his hand. There wasn't anything I could do about it. I don't know why Max didn't die. It usually works. I just mean when I shift. They see their loved one and say what they have to say, and then there's nothing stopping them from moving on. Why? What did you think I meant?
Ob sie ihren Patienten wohl auch spezielle Cookies macht?
I suppose he was just trying to cure me. I mean, I thought he believed that I could shift, but maybe he didn't. Maybe he was just humouring me the whole time.
Ich weiß nicht, ob wir das fragen sollen. Mir fällt keine Frage ein gerade, die wir so stellen könnten, dass sie nicht so kompliziert ist. Ich würde zum Beispiel gerne fragen, ob sie ihren Patienten Cookies gibt. Aber was jetzt die Geschichte mit dem älteren Herrn auf sich hat, das weiß ich. Sie hat doch gesagt, sie kann nur shiften, wenn die Leute sterben. Und das verstehe ich noch nicht ganz.
I'm not sure where you're going with that. I told you about Max, right? Didn't I mention him before?
Ah, Sekunde.
Yes, but you don't know the whole story. Max is 77. He was one of my patients. I thought he was dying, so I shifted for him. Became an old sweetheart of his, apparently. Only Max didn't die. He actually got better somehow. And then he came and asked me to do it again.
Ja, Sweetheart, aber das sind alles die wir schon hatten.
Eleanor, her name was, or is. Like I say, yes, Max and Eleanor had dinner on Valentine's Day. I felt a bit weird when he asked me, but he said he just wanted to have one more date with her, and then he wouldn't ask me again. And to be fair, he was a perfect gentleman. I mean, I didn't want to have that conversation. That doesn't ring a bell.
Schreibt man schon so, oder? Gentleman.
Why don't you check your notes? Maybe there's something else you could ask me? Sorry, I don't know. I don't know anything about that.
Das will ich nicht fragen. Ja,
I'm fine. I killed David. Again. Like you told me to. With an axe. I got him to put his head
Dieses Spray.
on the wood block. He didn't really know what he was doing. He trusted me. I cut off his head. When I picked it up, he was smiling. Probably a muscle spasm. Anushka's fine, I would imagine. Her father came over to talk about the missing cat. It would have been an easier conversation had I not been splattered in blood and sweating like a milkmaid.
Sehr gut.
It seemed like he wanted to give me a piece of his mind, but when he saw the state I was in, he fled. There were no police that turned up. I suspect I've got away with it, at least this second time. Now all that's left is for you to write up my diagnosis. That I'm not sound of mind. That I wasn't sound of mind when I killed David. It's up to you whether you want to mention any of our other conversations. I'm happy either way. I never saw Dr. Dekker's prescription pad. I imagine he kept it hidden away. To stop people stealing it? I've already told you I never saw his prescription pad, so of course I didn't write any death threats. It sounds like someone is trying to frame me. Who's trying to frame me, Doctor? Oh, the continuing saga of Dr. Dekker. After he'd seen David and done his due diligence, he came up with an offer I couldn't refuse. Remember? The one I told you about when we first met. Dr. Dekker wanted me to reanimate him. He said he would kill David unless I agreed. He called me on Valentine's night. He promised to use a disposable phone so there would be no trace. I was supposed to come here, where I would find him dead, and then reanimate him. I agreed immediately. It seems that Dr. Dekker went through with his half of the agreement. But I forgot to turn up. Yes. Dr. Dekker threatened to kill David. That terrified me at the time. I still had hope that David would recover. Doctor, did I tell you about that time that I used the power of my mind to bring my husband back to life? I can't imagine what I'd do to the psychiatrist that double-crossed me. But I'm sure it will be fun. For me, at least.
Hat die da einen Schuhlöffel in der Hand?
I don't know anything about that, Doctor. No, Doctor. Ask me something else. I don't know anything about that. Try harder, Doctor.
Sie will nicht gehen.
Anushka's fine, I would imagine. Her father came over to talk about the missing cat. It would have been an easier conversation. He called me on Valentine's night. He promised to use a disposable phone.
Aber what time?
Focus, Doctor. You're not asking the right questions.
Mir fällt gerade nichts mehr ein sonst. Geh mal an, Bryce.
I'm not feeling very well. I tried to sleep through the midnight hour, and I slept for 8 hours. When I woke up, it was looking at me. That thing was looking at me. Time was still frozen. But I can't escape it. I'm doomed. It knows what I did with Dr. Dekker. It's been taunting me. It wanted me to follow it, so I did. It brought me here, Doctor. Here. It thinks I killed Dr. Dekker. I'm sure of it. I took his body. It was me. I took it from the coffin because I didn't want him put in the ground. I don't know what I was going to do with him. I just didn't think burial would be enough. Maybe I would cremate him. But the body disappeared. I know you want to be buried, but it's never the end, is it? I have a private tool shed at the graveyard. I moved his body in there before the burial. But when I came back, he'd gone. It was locked, and he'd gone. How did that happen, Doctor? How did Dekker do that? Perhaps. It had crossed my mind that Dr. Dekker perhaps resurrected himself. Maybe he wasn't dead, just sleeping. It's not out of the question to think that Dr. Dekker teleported himself out of the tool shed. If I can do it, he probably can. That's the kind of thing I've been thinking. But the thing that's been following me, it can teleport too. I think the thing might be Dekker. Is the thing Dekker?
Und?
If someone else moved Dekker, they'd had to have picked the lock, moved the body, and then locked up again. Why go to the trouble of locking up again?
So, ist das Ding Dekker oder ist es nicht? Okay.
And so it is. The thing is Dekker, and the thing wants to kill me. Please, tell Jessica I love her.
Warum ist er auf einmal so plötzlich verschwunden?
You're missing the point. That's not really what you want to ask me, is it? I don't know what you're talking about.
Willkommen zurück, Sabishi.
I waved back at Jessica yesterday, and she smiled. It was bigger than normal. I think we may have made a connection, Doctor. The photos I have of her, I think I'm going to destroy them. They're my problem, not hers. I've tried to avoid my extra hour. I tried to sleep through it. I did try one thing. I spied on you, Doctor. You have a strangeness, don't you? You live in the same house as Dr. Dekker. I spied on him several times, so I know the house very well. You kept it almost entirely the same. Why did you live in the same house as Dr. Dekker? Is it a perk? Or you, Dr. Dekker?
So. Sind wir Dr. Dekker? Oder sind wir nicht Dr. Dekker? Und das Haus gehört einfach dazu.
I didn't steal Dekker's pad. I didn't have to. If I wanted to use it, I could just teleport in here and steal a sheet. Why take the whole pad? Why be that obvious?
Er kann doch erst seit gestern teleportieren.
Well, kudos to whoever had the guts to do that. Wasn't me. What did they say? You've piqued my interest now.
So, sind wir für ihn Dr. Dekker oder sind wir nicht Mr. Dekker, Dr. Dekker?
I teleported back into the art gallery after our session, in the midnight hour. I replaced the painting, so I haven't stolen anything for a long time now. Perhaps a cheeky borrow best describes it. Thought it might be a perk. I'm sorry I spied on you. I was just getting worried that you weren't who you said you were. Just some mannerisms, strangeness. It's good you've adopted his dog, though. I'm not sure many people would have done. The thing that's following me, it doesn't have a face. I saw it close up when it was standing over me. It has no face, no eyes, no mouth, no nothing. Inside its hood is just space. Just a black hole. I tried to sleep through my extra hour. I didn't want to face it. That thing has been taunting me. I wish I was still religious. I have nothing to say about that. That's not important, Doctor.
Dann ist die Frage.
I don't know anything about that.
Crazy!
Sorry, Doctor. I can't help you. I don't know why you're asking me that.
I could never hurt anyone. You have to believe me, Doctor.
So, jetzt haben wir die Frage doch gestellt. Accuse. Ich muss jemanden accusen. So, wer war's? Ich glaube, Mariana war es nicht. JR glaube ich auch nicht. Nathan glaube ich auch nicht. Bryce glaube ich auch nicht. Und Claire glaube ich auch nicht. Also wer das Zeug dazu hätte, wäre Claire, Bryce, Elin und Mariana. Nathan glaube ich nicht und JR. Ich weiß nicht. Ja, die könnten uns auch komplett auf die falsche Fährte führen. Einer, wer war's? Komm. Best guess.
It's not your job to find out who the murderer is. It's the police. You can only point them in the right direction. Murder is a means to an end. There's a lot more going on here you should be thinking about. No, that's not the right question. I don't know. Sorry.
Ich nehme mal einen Tipp an. Achso, nee, es geht gar nicht.
Poor Mariana. Dr. Dekker must have been serious about getting his money back. I've had a response from the small claims court. Is that motive enough, Doctor?
I suppose he was just trying to cure me. Yes, I took it. I had to. Dr. Dekker told me he could use it to take away my gift. I don't really have anything to say about that. What do you mean? Sorry, I don't understand. I don't know what to tell you.
I took his body. It was me. I took it from the coffin because I didn't want him put in the ground. I don't know what I was going to do with him. I just didn't think burial would be enough. Maybe I would cremate him. But the body disappeared. I don't know.
Ja, irgendwie. Also, die Mariana ist irgendwie verrückt geworden heute Nacht.
You must have read about John.
Okay, einfach ein Student.
It's our secret. What will you tell people, that I'm feeding people to a creature at the bottom of the ocean? What proof do you have? You can't tell on me. You know what you do to me. when you visit. I let you do it because sometimes I'm ashamed of what I've done. You make me feel like I deserve it. That's not something I know about.
Ja, Aela hatte Zugriff auf das, stimmt. Also er hatte ja... Mariana hatte aber auch dieses Thema Sepal, oder wie das heißt. Thema Sepal? Nee. Thema... Ich hab's vergessen. Temazepam.
I don't have an answer for you.
Ja, also irgendwie habe ich irgendwie die Elin im Verdacht eher.
I don't really have anything to say about that.
Also es sind ein paar Sachen, die sehr komisch sind. Ah, okay. Temazepam.
I don't know what to tell you.
Also Mariana ist einfach nur verrückt, aber sie hatte die engste Verbindung mit dem Dr. Dekker und sie sollte ja hierher kommen. Und die Claire sollte ihn ja wiederbeleben. Also was halt passt, ist, dass die Mariana, die sollte ja... Also eigentlich ist es so, die Mariana ist die wahrscheinlichste für den Tatort. Die Elin ist die wahrscheinlichste fürs Motiv. Die Claire ist die wahrscheinlichste wegen der Tatwaffe. Und Bryce wollte den Körper bewegen. Also bei Nathan habe ich wirklich keine Ahnung. Aber der ist ja auch schon durchknallt hier heute.
This might feel like the darkest timeline, but it's not my darkest timeline. I didn't kill Dr. Dekker. I'd look at one of your other patients, or maybe even your assistant.
Jaya ist unschuldig, sie pfeift. Ja, Jaya ist auch noch drin, aber irgendwie hat sie uns keinerlei Grund gegeben. Das Einzige, was...
I didn't know anything about that. If I have any grievances with my employer, I spit in their coffee. Don't become like Dr. Dekker. I think that somebody killed him because he was using them. There's some footage I can't show you because it would affect you too much. Suffice to say, when Mariana told him she could breathe underwater, he wanted the same power for himself. So instead of trying to cure her of it, he'd try and amplify it to see how it worked, so he could imagine it for himself. I think he did that with all his special patients. I think he wanted all of their powers. If you believe in that sort of thing.
Die Jaya könnte es eigentlich auch gewesen sein. Also irgendwie, die hat nämlich auch noch so ein verstecktes Motiv. Ich glaube, wir sind jetzt an dem Punkt, wo wir alle verdächtigen können bald. Das ist genau das, was die vorhaben. Die wollen, dass wir alle beschuldigen. Also die Macher von dem Spiel. Und deshalb gehe ich mal ganz kurz für kleine Richter.
Are you stuck? Do you want me to ask the questions instead?
Okay, was ich mir gerade gedacht habe, ist, wir haben einfach noch nicht die richtigen Fragen gestellt. Deshalb können wir es gar nicht richtig beantworten. Und wir kommen nicht drauf, was für Fragen wir stellen müssen.
I could never hurt anyone. You have to believe me, Doctor.
Sehr überzeugend. Ja. Das heißt, wir probieren es einfach.
No, you've got it all wrong. I'm not a murderer. I'm a good person. I help people. Why would I want to kill Dr. Dekker? Without him, I'd never have started shifting. Anyway, I had the prescription pad just in case, so there was no reason for me to kill him. I'm really shocked you thought it was me.
Okay, also wir müssen wohl alle der Reihe nach accusen. Wen nehmen wir als nächstes? Also Bryce, okay.
Doctor. Frankly, I'm astonished. To accuse me of killing Dr. Dekker when others around you must be the more likely choice. Oh dear. I think this has put our therapy back a few steps. We'll need to build up the trust again. Very disappointing.
Nee. Also ich bin bei Jaya oder bei Mariana. Eher Jaya. Was sagt ihr? Wobei Mariana ist da gewesen anscheinend um die Zeit. Ich glaube, wir nehmen Mariana. Oder was meint ihr? Die teast die ganze Zeit und versucht die ganze Zeit nett zu sein und hilflos und ich glaube.
Doctor, I didn't think you had it in you to jump on little old me. Was I too muddled? I think if you're going to tell the police that I'm guilty, then I'd like to speak to my lawyers. I'd like them to see the security footage from my apartment. The footage that clearly shows you coming over, uninvited, and pounding away on my door like a psycho. And then I'd have to tell them the truth. That you wanted to have Dr. Dekker's job so bad you killed him. That you made me seduce him and drug him so that you could run a paper spike through his heart. And then after, when I wanted out, when I wanted to tell the police, you started stalking me. That's the truth, Doctor. I guess that's far more believable than thinking Dr. Dekker was eaten by a creature from the deep. A creature that he was trying to appease. Or I suppose you could tell them that I'm insane. And I could take the fall for you. Couldn't I, babe?
So I've got a new dog, a basset hound. She's got these big floppy ears and a really sad face. You know, even sadder than I look. Ginger. I call her Ginger. She's a rescue. But since I've had Ginger, I've never looked back. Literally. Not one day.
It looks like Terry won't be coming back. She hasn't been in for a while, and I thought she just had a bug or something, but from what I've heard, it's not good. Apparently, she's in intensive care, and they can't figure out what's wrong with her. Well, I'm not going to lie. Work's much easier without her watching over me. Does that make me a horrible person?
There's no need to go over old ground. I understand. David died when I stabbed him, and everything else since, everything else that's happened, that was all me. David, Anushka's father, Iris. What's next for me, Doctor? How do we cure what I have? By all accounts, and thanks to a very unfriendly jury, it seems like we're going to have quite a lot of time to figure that out.
No!
Ah, you must be the new doctor. And punctual, I see. I like that in a doctor. I think you're going to fit in just great around here. Oh, I forgot. I have a book for you. It's my must-read of all time, and by must-read, I mean you must read it.
Let's recap, shall we? A siren, a shapeshifter, a time traveler, undead husband, teleportation, and otherworldly gods trying to take over Earth. It's an unlikely tale at the best of times, but you're also purporting to be all of these people. I think you're beyond help. You understand what you're saying and expect me to believe it? And you say I am one of your patients? Patently untrue, Doctor. If that were the case, then somehow I've managed to turn the tables on you. Which is plausible, I suppose.
So. Schön war's. So, also 115 Antworten haben wir bekommen. Und 3 Hints haben wir benutzt aus Versehen. So, also Ja, hätten wir echt auf unser Bauchgefühl hören sollen. Eigentlich war... Ja, es ist dann doch das Offensichtliche. Aber... sie bekommen mich immer wieder. Ja, die Frage ist, warum ist er durch? Haben wir ihm nicht helfen können oder haben wir ihm die falschen Tipps gegeben? Also ich werde mal noch ein kleines bisschen darüber nachlesen, weil, also ich fand's echt spannend, ich fand's gut. Wenn ich das jetzt so richtig verstanden habe, waren wir alle die gleiche Person. Also wir waren die Patienten und haben das Ganze als Therapie durchgespielt, um uns mit den Persönlichkeiten zu konfrontieren. Ja, das haben wir in der zweiten Session, haben wir das glaube ich schon mal gemutmaßt, das stimmt. Und die eine Möglichkeit ist halt, dass wir diese Patienten alle auch wirklich hatten und dieser andere Professor das einfach alles umgekehrt hat. Durch Chaos. Also ich muss sagen, da steckt schon ziemlich viel Cthulhu drin. Cthulhu. Also so ich finde, wenn man Cthulhu richtig gut macht, ich weiß nicht, ob ich nochmal einen Durchgang machen würde, ich würde erstmal lesen. Nee, Cthulhu war überall drin. Cthulhu spielt ja immer mit diesem übermächtigen Wesen, das so viel größer ist und so viel unvorstellbarer als alles, was wir Menschen kennen. Das Einzige, wie sich das halt uns zeigt, ist in Form von Verrücktheit. Und manchmal halt eine ziemlich krasse Form von Verrücktheit. Ich empfehle euch, The Endless zu gucken auf Prime. Das ist ein sehr guter Cthulhu-Film, finde ich. Ich habe auch einen Indie-Film gesehen, der in Stuttgart gemacht worden ist, von einem Studenten, der wohl zur gleichen Zeit dort studiert hat wie ich, auf der gleichen Schule. Und wir haben diesen Film angeguckt beim Weird Wednesday, so heißt es. Da werden immer so Filme gezeigt, die selten die Chance haben, auf einer großen Leinwand gezeigt zu werden. Einfach ganz außergewöhnliche Filme und meistens auch im Original. Und der hat den Film gedreht, Die Farbe. Und ich weiß nicht, IMDb hatte damals irgendwie 16 Bewertungen oder sowas. Ja, das ist so ein bisschen... Nee, das ist noch krasser wie das Fantasy-Film-Festival. Weil beim Fantasy-Film-Festival, da werden ja Filme gezeigt, die eher auf der zweiten Seite stehen. Also halt keine Hollywood-Filme, sondern aber schon Filme, die meistens ein bisschen mehr Aufsehen erzeugen. So ein Film wie Die Farbe wurde eigentlich bisher nur rumgereicht. Aber nie, also man kann ihn glaube ich auch kaufen, aber der ist ansonsten auf einer großen Leinwand nie zuvor gelaufen. Und also was immer toll ist bei dem Weird Wednesday, manchmal laden die auch Leute ein. So habe ich zum Beispiel ich habe gerade den Namen vergessen, aber der Regisseur, der Lex The Dark Zone gemacht hat, so habe ich den kennengelernt. Der hat halt auch ein bisschen einfach aus dem Nähkästchen geplaudert. Der hat halt dort ein Interview gegeben. Und genauso war der Regisseur von Die Farbe war halt auch anwesend. Und er hat dann auch gesagt, er findet es er findet es super, dass der Film endlich mal die Gelegenheit bekommen hat, auf einer großen Leinwand gezeigt zu werden. Und dass ihm das echt gefallen hat und dass auch noch so viele Leute den Film sehen, was wahrscheinlich mehr Leute sind im Kino, als jemals den Film gesehen haben vorher. Und der ist aber echt gut gemacht. Also ich fand den richtig, richtig gut. Und ist eine Umsetzung von einer Cthulhu-Geschichte von Lovecraft. Und also kann ich auch wärmstens empfehlen, weil der Film ist echt gut gewesen. Also ich war sehr überrascht, wie gut sogar. Dafür, dass es ein Film ist, der kaum bekannt ist. Aber das sind die 2 Filme, die ich euch zu Cthulhu empfehlen kann. Und ich finde, Dr. Dekker hat auch sehr viel mit Cthulhu zu tun wieder. Weil es ist nichts Greifbares. So, und in diesem Sinne, ich würd sagen, damit beenden wir jetzt erstmal Dr. Dekker, machen das Kapitel Dr. Dekker zu. Und ich habe noch 3 weitere Spiele, die nicht gezeigt worden sind aus dem Adventskalender. Die würde ich noch zeigen wollen. Ich weiß noch nicht genau wann. Ob es die Woche noch sein wird? Nee, diese Woche nicht. Eher nächste Woche dann. Oder ich weiß nicht, vielleicht morgen, ich weiß es noch nicht genau. Aber irgendwann die Tage habe ich mal vor, noch mal einen davon zu streamen. Und ich habe euch ja gebeten, mir zu schicken, welche Spiele euch am meisten interessieren zum Weiterstreamen. Bisher habe ich 3 Antworten bekommen. Und es gibt auch schon eine Tendenz, die will ich aber nicht sagen, für den Fall, dass es noch weitere gibt. In die Suggestion Box, es ist so ein schwieriges Wort, hat bisher noch niemand was reingeschrieben, aber ich habe private Nachrichten bekommen von euch. Und damit haben wir auch eine sehr starke Tendenz, welcher Titel noch weiter gestreamt wird. So, aber dann würde ich sagen, in diesem Sinne, ich wünsche euch noch einen ganz schönen Abend. Es hat Spaß gemacht. Genau, Ayla, du hast geschrieben. Also, ich habe es von Ayla, ich habe es von Molle habe ich es bekommen und ein bisschen von Webby, aber Webby hat auch nur zum Teil geantwortet. Noch nicht ganz. Und wenn jetzt keine Meldung mehr kommt, dann haben wir auch schon einen Gewinner. Und ansonsten, wie gesagt, die 3 anderen Spiele, die werde ich auch noch mal streamen für eine Stunde oder 1,5. Gut, sonst habe ich, glaube ich, nichts mehr zu sagen. Dankeschön, werde ich ausrichten und ich wünsche euch einen schönen Abend noch, schönen Samstagabend und habt viel Spaß, vergesst das Zocken nicht, Spiele sind wichtig, because games matter. Alles klar, dann einen schönen Abend noch und vielen Dank fürs Dabeisein. Ciao.